Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to another one of our quick chats. Today we're having a look at 11 of the PS5 games that I'm most excited for revealed at the PlayStation 5 event, and then we're quickly going to jump in and have a look at the PlayStation 5 itself. We have had a lot of games revealed over the past few days due to the Summer Games Festival thing that IGN is doing, but the PS5 reveal event is definitely one of the most important, as it gives us a first taste of what the next generation has to offer, showing the power of the new hardware as well as a few games we've wanted to see return over the years. Last thing before we jump in, I'm ignoring the titles that have been announced earlier. This video is specifically to focus on the brand new games that were teased at the PlayStation event. Let's get into it. First up, and in no particular order, Spider-Man Miles Morales. What more do I need to say? Seems like it's got all the good qualities from the past Spider-Man games, and with Miles Morales as the new protagonist, what we get to see and what we get to do in the new story is going to be very entertaining, and I'm very excited for it. I think this experience might be a bit shorter due to the gap between the previous game and the next one. Either way, it's coming with launch, and I'm hyped for it. Next up, we have quite a strange entry, The Returnal. It is a very sci-fi movie feel where you play as an astronaut that constantly relives her life after crashing on a planet. Her body seems to change the longer she lives, and it's got a very thriller, sci-fi, Groundhog Day, mutations, alien planet, third-person shooter vibe going on. But it's all weird, and I'm just there for it. It just seems fun, and as a bonus, it looks pretty freaking good. Then moving on to the next game, known as Project Athia. The title tells us that the game is still incredibly far off, seeing as that is still its working title, but from what I've seen in the trailer, it seems like a fast-paced, stylized, and more soulsy game with environmental traversal, and man does it look good. It briefly also shows cool abilities like controlling roots, I don't know, but it looks really cool. We don't have a date for it, and with the title still be a working title, the project part, I think it's pretty much really far off, unfortunately. Anyway, on to the next, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. This one is actually a tech demo that shows the power of the SSD's loading times and how quickly it can render things that are out of frame. It loads complex areas and complex models and geometry in an instant, and it looks incredible. Graphically, looks good, it's Ratchet and Clank, the nostalgia hype is real. You play as the well-known duo, exploring multiple interesting looking worlds, teleporting around with instantaneous loading screens. The gameplay looks really fun, the traversal looks cool, and yeah, just makes me want it now. Then we're hopping on to the next game. It's a game made in Unreal Engine, and man does it look interesting. The setting is a post-human Homo sapien world filled with robots, and you play as a little cat that does deliveries. You seem to explore the world and traverse it as only a cat can, and it creates really interesting images of what an AI world would look like. From Hobo AI to the rich and powerful, the strong, it just looks really interesting. If the gameplay loop is as addictive as the world is interesting, then yeah, this game will definitely make its way around the community and might end up being a must-play classic. Then we have Kena, Bridge of Spirits, and I might be a bit biased because this game reminds me of Overlord, but with levels and adorable characters that have a cartoony design that looks like something Pixar might put out, and interesting combat where you seem to control the little fellas and order them around to bring down your enemies. I've got some serious Overlord vibes from seeing all of this, and I've just been itching for a game that does it right, so let's hope Kena can do that. And then we get on to Little Devil Inside. It's an action RPG game that looks to set you out to explore a wide world and fight monsters. You can't tell that much from the trailer and we don't have that much information on it, but the monster and character designs look incredible, the environment looks very interesting, and the world seems very gloomy and scary. The trailer also shows that the developers do have a sense of humor, and I'm definitely looking forward to more information on this game. Then as we get closer to the end of our list comes an interesting Capcom game, and I have no idea what it's about. Pragmata is beautiful, it seems incredibly strange, and gave me a very feels Bioshock moment when the little girl jumped on the big spaceman's back, and they worked together to make a giant net? I don't know. Either way, the trailer was interesting, and any trailer that can have me questioning what the hell's going on, and a game that looks this pretty, has got my hype for it. Then delving into the creepy and supernatural, it's Resident Evil 8. The leaks about the title card and the VIII in the village, it's called Resident Evil 8 Village, you see what they did there? Yeah, it's cool. This installment seems to lean more to the supernatural side, in a scary and beautiful display of why there is even an 8th game. Not many game titles can boast. There've been 8 of them, man, and there's been remasters and everything. It's just incredible, and I'm pretty hyped for this. The scary games have been a bit quiet lately, and I'm always keen for more titles that lean closer to that dark, terrifying oh shit is it behind me genre. Second to last on our list is the Demon's Souls Remaster. It takes you on the same weird journey to slay the old one as the previous game did. I'm incredibly hyped for this one, as I never got to actually finish Demon's Souls all those years ago. I've actually had a feeling that this might happen, and I did say to my friend recently that it would be awesome if it did, and I think they made a ton of money, and it seems like they had the same idea. It boasts a great makeover with 2 modes where you can choose between performance and essentially fidelity, the graphics. But I mean, if it's a Souls game, you want all the frames you get so you can try and dodge those invisible shots through walls. And last, but certainly not least, is a game we all knew was coming, but seeing is believing. Here is the next installment of Horizon Zero Dawn. We once again join Aloy and a few returning cast members in a post-apocalyptic robot world. In this one, we're exploring westward, and I can't wait to see what the new world has to offer. One of my favorite parts of the previous game was just exploring the world and seeing how these robots interact with the environment, how lifelike they are, and seeing the sea turtle robots and the underwater robots. Man, it just looks awesome, and I'm so keen for this. Thanks, Guerrilla Games. Now that we're done with the list, let's quickly hop onto the PS5 topic. I've already seen the arguments about how it looks, and you know what? I think it looks pretty cool. The vents get lit up by these blue lights, and the contrast between the black and the whites is really pretty, and it's symmetrical. Well, the digital version is, at least. It just looks badass, and it looks more like something you would have seen in a movie about the 2020s 50 years ago, and I'm really excited for it. It looks interesting and different, and I'm glad we're getting away from the, oh, it's a box inside a box, it's a box with divoted boxes. Like, it's time. And sorry, Xbox, I know you're still a box, but at least you're like a hexagonal patterned cool looking box. I don't know, the PlayStation just looks cool. I really like it. Now, we didn't get to see the back of it, but on the front you do have USB and USB-C ports, and then also a power and eject button that do seem like they're touch sensitive. We don't have confirmation on that, but I assume it is. And I'm pretty sure the digital version should be a bit cheaper than the one with the ROM. But we'll have to see about that. We have no idea about prices. We have no idea about how it plays, how it the volume level while you play, and any of that. But hey, I'm really happy about it. I love the new generations. So many cool, so many new games and innovations come with every new console generation. And as a PC player, I'm glad to see that, because that generally hops onto our side as well. What do you guys think? Did I miss any games or anything you'd like me to have a closer look at? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the PlayStation 5 itself. Am I insane to think that it looked pretty freaking cool? But anyway, thanks for watching. Hit like if you liked the video, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys around for another quick chat.